some reason, would that complicate the whole development of those areas? And would it actually be counterproductive to development in our area?
Well, when species at risk are identified on development land and the EIS is required, certainly there's certain things that have to be done or development's not permitted.
Because my concern is that these, I know in my dealings with the official plan and the development, prospective development, there are potential difficulties with us proceeding with our development plans if we introduce new species at risk. In fact, I think I'd be one that would be encouraging removing names from our list of species at risk in our area as opposed to adding additional ones because of the potential restrictions we're going to encounter. So I have a hesitation to actually support this on that grounds because the distances are very large, 100 meters to 120 meters once the species at risk habitat is identified.
Is that what they're trying to do, is to get rid of the species at risk by
Populating?
Trying to repopulate.
repopulating? Councilor Underwood.
Well, we're not talking about reintroducing wolves. We're talking about a quail. You know, I understand the concerns, but if any bird goes in anywhere and has some kind of snowy owl or something to take up residence somewhere, that's going to bring stuff in. I really don't see what the problem is trying to reintroduce species in the area. Maybe if it's successful, it will no longer be species at risk.
Scott?
In reading the letter, these people have done their homework. We've been developing our plans following the guidelines set out in managing wildlife in Ontario. And working with the ABCA and going to their meetings and listening to them, it is encouraged, if they were to say put out 1,000 birds, those birds, part of them would disappear just automatically because they wouldn't adapt. And a part of them would be attacked by the cougars or the coyotes that we have. So it's trying to reintroduce a species that already exists here in small amounts and try to boost their numbers. So I think they've done their homework. I mean, I compared the 5th paragraph from page 18.
Councilor?
This is a letter of support, so I'll ask the question.
Put the question, your vote.
Call the question.
And all in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. 6.1, official plan minutes from June 9th. Councilor Owen?
I'll move.
Move the minutes. Second by Deputy Mayor Day. Councilor Owen?
Wanted to make some comments, and there's a couple of items arising from the most recent official plan meeting, which was last Friday. Now, these are minutes from June 6th. I can update council now, or I can do it in new business. It's here in front of us. There's two requests that the committee has for council to actually officially approve,
Yep.
Which are just housekeeping things, but I should mention them now.
Okay, let's deal with that now. We'll get the official plan.
Okay, and just a couple of things. This the official plan steering committees had four meetings. We have one scheduled for this Friday, one for the following week, with the target of getting the OP back to, or not back, but to our new council by mid-October. We all know that then our council is going to have to take time to review the whole thing and move forward with the public process following that. Just a couple of things. This is a technical steering committee, if you will. And at the table, we have four planners, one from Ministry of Municipal Affairs, one from ABCA, one from St. Clair, and of course our own planner, Patty, sits with us as well. 4 of us from council and a couple of community members. What we have done so far is reviewed all of the input from the previous public information centers, and that information is in those particular minutes that you have in front of you there. the next thing that we've done, because it's easier to go through this stuff visually than to go through the actual text of the document, and this is similar to what we did with the previous council, is go through each one of the schedules. And there's been about 4 iterations of these schedules. So this, for example, is the Grand Bend one, and here's where we're finally at. This is what these things look like. All sorts of scribbly stuff and lots of tinkering and working away with some housekeeping kinds of things. So we took a couple of meetings to do that much, and we're now at the stage where we're going through the text. We just started that at the meeting on Friday, and St. Clair Conservation, various professionals come to our meetings to give information depending on what's on the agenda. So we had a biologist who was able to attend on Friday, so therefore we did the natural heritage policies, and we're almost done, got a couple of those to go yet. And then we're going to go back, look at the introduction to the plan, and then just continue to move on with it. But I guess just a couple of things that, as we've gone through this, and I wasn't at the August 8th council meeting, and I know we had some discussions about definitions and provincial policy statements and all that kind of stuff. And then just recent committee meetings, we've also had some discussions, and it's kind of become obvious to me that we need to make sure that we're really clear, what is an official plan? What is development? What's the definition of development? And why do we update the official plan? So there's some pretty basic concepts there that we all need to get our heads around and understand. So I'm not going to go through all of those definitions right
We
now.
don't have time tonight.
We don't have time. But I would ask council to please, before we actually bring this new thing to this table, take a quick look. There's no such thing as a quick look at this stuff. Take a look through our current OP. Take a look through the county OP, because the county is our approval authority. We have to be consistent with the county OP and provincial policy statement and all of those other things. And take a good read of that provincial policy document, so that we're familiar with what is in there. We've also had some questions. Councilor Bonnesfield received some information from Kevin McClure, and actually Kevin is the planner who sits with us on our committee. And we also did request from the municipal solicitor his opinion of what the provincial policy statement directs, and it is very directive. It is a shall be consistent with. So those are all things that we need to keep in mind. Okay, the 2 things I need direction on. Number 1, council had some discussions about the zone 3 and 4 ad hoc committee, and should we even be discussing at the OP committee, zones 3 and 4, there's a number of references in there. We had that discussion on Friday, and we agreed as a committee, we're going to send the document back to council, and we're not going to make any recommendation. We're not going to discuss the references to zone 3 and 4 in this document. However, then you look at the terms of reference. The terms of reference say that our committee must make recommendations. So what I need council to tell me and to tell us is, don't make any recommendations on zone 3 and 4 at anything related to specifically zone 3 and 4 servicing.
And that's a recommendation.
I just need your,
Somebody
somebody
over.
over.
Well, we can't have a motion, because we have a motion on the.
We got a motion on the table.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Maybe
So
let's
I
go to
need,
the